Hello, everybody, and welcome to a monthly channel update. And as always, I've done this a little bit later than normal, but I mean, at this point, might as well. So there's a few things I want to go over, but I want to make one thing very clear. There's only three. As you can see on the screen, there's only three different topics I'm going to go for. Of course, the rambles is important, but a lot of that is mostly for me. I mean, all of these are mostly for me. I always like making these. So to start off with the strategy setup, I wanted to really gauge. It's been a bit now since I made the channel to be focused around strategy. Now, granted, there's still one series that we're doing that is not strategy because I mean we've put so much effort into Rise of Ronin. I want to finish it. So, but it is shaping up to be one of the last ones in our non-strategy. And I wanted to see really engage how everybody felt that's been going, if they've been enjoying the channel still, if they think like, you know what, maybe the variety was nice. Me personally, it really doesn't matter to me right now, this instant, because, and I'll get into more of that later, there's been all kinds of stuff going on. Um, man. So, with the sporadic schedule, that's pretty much exactly what it is. I have been trying a lot to record more and more and to keep up this schedule of what kind of video comes out when, what series I'm working on when, and stuff like that. But my work schedule is not really set in stone, and I've been doing my best to try to get the variety. But let's say, for example, there's only a certain amount of times I can actually, or of day that I can record on my PlayStation. And my PlayStation's in the living room now. I don't like to record when like she gets off from work and stuff like that, and the dogs are more active. Um, because first of all, to me, I don't want to be rude of her time and her peace and quiet from getting home from work and all that. So I spend time with my wife, and we play games together. I cook, she cooks, we watch TV, movies, stuff like that, you know. So it's really only she has a set schedule. So let's say if I get like a Saturday or Sunday off, I'll be able to record a few videos early in the morning before she gets up. But Monday through Friday, if I'm off, I'm able to record. But my schedule is not set in stone. So big thing is last time I recorded a bunch of Nobunaga's Ambitions because I was doing the Korimitsu's Guardians playthrough with community officers, and I was having a blast playing that one. It was really fun, and when I started recording, I didn't stop myself from recording too much of it like I normally do. I was like, okay, I need two videos for this week. I'll do two of these, then I'll jump over to this game, then I'll jump over to this game. I just kept recording all the way through. And I was like, okay, so let's take just for example, let's say, okay, I did that on a Monday. I know, okay, I'm gonna be off Thursday. Well, I'll just record this on Monday, and then I will record more on Thursday. Well, something comes up Thursday, I'm not able to record. And I'm like, crap, all I have is a bunch of one game. So, and my next one isn't until the following Monday. I go and I do that, and I get that one. I was like, man, I can't record here either. Something else comes up. So I got to go to a Wednesday. And I get there and I'm finally able to record, and I record a little bit more here and there. And it's not enough to reach me to my next day off. So I throw in streams, I throw in stuff like that to try to still put out content. And I don't think that's going to last forever. I don't think the sporadicness of this is going to last forever. But that's kind of the situation why I've learned that I can't make schedules. And I hate that. But I want to find way to see, okay, I can plan this out better. And that way it's more consistent. I mean, if I have to, if I really, really have to, I can lower it from a Monday for Friday. I could lower it to like 4 videos a week, 5 videos a week. Try to do that. I don't want to because I like posting as much as I can. I used to do it all in one day. I used to do a week's worth of videos in one day way back. And as soon as I made it, I uploaded it, is which was fine for at the moment, but it doesn't really have the. I didn't like it because it didn't really give the sense of I was silent for an entire week. But one day I came out of my cave and posted everything, and then went back in, not to be seen until that next week. So trying to figure out ways to go about that has been why it's been so sporadic, and why I'm still having issues with it for a lot of reasons. And one of the things that I will go about and say, and we're about to get into the rambles, and I want to go ahead and give a big warning. Okay, this is rambles to the core, but it's also more of a personal dump out my heart kind of situation, in feelings, those gross things and stuff like that. So if you don't care about that stuff, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next game video. But if you want to stick around and let me blab a little bit, then I appreciate you, and I try not to make a habit of this, which I feel like I've already said before. So to really go through in the beginning, is there's been a lot of reasons. The sporadic schedule is true, and it's a lot of that stuff is happening. But there's also one of the things that's been popping up a lot is motivation. Motivation and mental health are very, very, very hard to overcome in certain ways, and especially when part of your motivation is tied to having to feel adequate in what you're creating and what you're doing. Is this run hard enough? Am I struggling enough? Is this too easy? I'm failing too much. It's not entertaining. I can't do this. It's not interesting. These are things that constantly go through, and I feel like to varying results, they go through everyone who makes videos. They go through everyone's mind doing that stuff, even when you don't make videos. Let's say, for example, I used to play a lot of For Honor by Ubisoft. I loved it. I got pretty good at it. And the same thing with Overwatch. I got really good at it. And I stopped playing it for a while because I got burnt out. And when I finally went back to it, I didn't do well. I was like, I'm rusty. And I was like, man, I've put so many hours into this, I should be better. But I'm not. And I can't seem to get that. The more you get frustrated, the more it happens. I look around. Nobunaga's ambition has led me to great content creators. And I've been very thankful to be able to call them friends. But I don't. Forgive me for saying I don't feel adequate when it comes to it. I do all these other stuff. I did a lot of that other stuff because I didn't feel that certain runs that I've seen people do, I try to avoid some of those runs because I don't think I can do it. I don't play on extra hard. I play on a harder difficulty tailored to what I can handle. And I hate that because, it's that old get good mentality. I've played plenty of Souls games, trust me, and I've beaten plenty of Souls games. And sometimes getting angry at stuff stops me from getting better. And I hate that. I stop myself from getting better. I think too rashly, and I make mistakes. I mean, I'm human. We all do. And I feel like failing in a video and failing in a stream are two very different things. If I fail in an episode 1 of a video, you'll never see it. That's been re-recorded like 4 or 5 times. Korimitsu's Guardians, how many times do you think I made that first episode? I made that first episode 5 times because the Shimazu kicked my butt in the very beginning every single time. And I'm stubborn. I don't want to give up if I have an idea, especially when I hype it up like I'm going to do something. Something gets put in a poll or anything like that. I say, hey, they want to see that. I'm going to do that one way or the other. And it's hard. I try to make it through. And I end up going a route that, like submission, stuff like that, to stay alive longer. To me, survival. To others, it's the easy way out. And I keep that in my mind. It's not just Nobunaga's either. You think of Warhammer. I cranked up the difficulty on Warhammer, but I rely on auto-resolve. And that's something I gotta stop, because if you rely on auto-resolve, if it's a decisive victory, then yeah, sure. But if it's a close victory or barely, it says, oh, you'll barely make it, then you can easily just say, auto-resolve, I won anyway, I'll just rebuild. But if you take control of that, you could lose. And it could set everything back. And sometimes I am scared of that fact, so I auto-resolve. But where's the fun in that? Where's the entertainment in that? And that's what brings this full circle all the way around with inadequacy. Is I want to get better. That means practice. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to do the best I can. Certain games, such as strategy games, certain games like these, I thought about for the longest time doing a series of these multiplayer games that I enjoy, and of just consistently playing them, doing the best. For Honor's really fun to watch. I have some videos on the channel. The audio quality is not nearly as good because it was years ago, but it's fun to watch. To me, even fun to play, but it's hard. I'm going to start trying to do harder runs on Nobunaga's Ambition, and I'm going to start trying to lay off auto-resolve in Warhammer. These are the two major strategy games in my channel. They're the two that mean the most to me. So, yeah, it's coming up with challenges to make yourself better. There's nothing wrong with that. Feeling inadequate in that stuff, there's nothing wrong with that either. Wanting to get better, not wanting to let people watching down, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it is when you let it affect you at your core. They let you let it kill your joy. You let it, and I've been guilty of this before, you let it make you want to stop doing what you enjoy because of it. I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to quit making videos because of stuff like this. But I never stop, and no one should. If you truly enjoy something, you should never give up. We are at 950 something videos at this point. I'll be damned if I don't see 1,000. I could not get a single more subscribers. My goal is 1,000 videos. That is my hard work put into that right there. My dedication. My love. No matter what happens, and I wanted to take this time, I know it's all over the place, to really just pour my heart out here. But no matter what happens, you never let it kill the smile. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to probably make a playlist for me, personally, that you'll find on the channel once some more content gets put out about from Nobunaga's Ambition and probably Warhammer. And I'm just going to call it something, who knows, I don't know what I'm going to call it. Nothing lame or anything like that, like Get Good or anything like that. No, I'm going to call it, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I'm going to find something when I get some. But it's going to be the runs that I start challenging myself with and getting increasingly difficult and try to see if we can overcome the hurdle that is placed in front of us. And I'd be honored for you guys to see this journey, and that we can start hanging with the big boys, and I can put on a fantastic show. So, and I'm going to do all of this with a smile on my face, not stopping for one moment. Thank you so much for listening to my rambles, and for another monthly channel update that are still getting views, that I am so incredibly thankful for, because this is a purely selfish series just for me to really just pour my heart out and have a moment to talk. Because sometimes when I'm playing games, sometimes I'm talking about the game, sometimes I don't really have time to really talk. But when I get going, if you haven't told already, when I get going, I can talk. And I love talking. I love talking. I'm a chatterbox. No, that's ridiculous. I'm rambling too far off the deep end now. We're at 16 minutes. This is not a 20-minute video. All right. I'm gonna cut it there. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.